Okay. Okay.
Recording started.
Yeah. So I think we just have time till 4 o'clock, and students have some other session also at 4 o'clock. So I'll stop at 4 o'clock. We will do the mind section today, and tomorrow we will do look at the particulars, and we'll look at the case. Okay. So let us continue with mind section. So as I told you, she is absent-minded, dreamy. So this is an expression of one of the provers. Dreamy, absent-minded, took wrong car without realizing where was going. So she's so absent-minded, she takes the wrong car and she forgets where she was going. So that is the state seen in Sencris patient. Now, what are the rubrics coming up for this particular state? Mind, forgetful, going, forgets where she is. So she forgets where she is going. The remedies which are there in this rubric along with Sencris are umbilical cord, Merck, Ruta, and Staphylococcinum. So this is the first state in the remedy Sencris, a dreamy state, an absent-minded state. Okay. Another thing that comes up here is loss of memory. So this absent-mindedness, dreamy state may further go into a loss of memory. This loss of memory is basically due to mental exhaustion. So in one of the books, it's written that the mental exhaustion may lead to inability in recalling mental impressions. And gradually there is a loss of memory that happens in Sencris patient. Okay. Now another important symptom that comes up here in Sencris is anxiety, feeling she will die suddenly. This is very marked, and this anxiety is especially experienced in the region of heart. So she feels that she will die. So much is the anxiety. Here you can also compare it with arsenic album. Tomorrow we will see the similarities between arsenic album and Sencris and also the differences. So anxiety, feeling she will die suddenly. So this is how she explains it. So why this anxiety comes up in her, why does she feel that she will die, is because of the dreams that she sees. The dreams are so horrible, so vivid, so frightful that even after waking up, she still remains involved and engrossed in her dreams. And that leads her to this anxiety of death. The dreams are so horrible that she imagines that it could be a reality and she feels that she will die. So this is how she explains it in the prover. This is how she explains. Horrors of the dreams of previous night seemed to follow her. She could not banish the horrors of her dreams. The dreams were so horrible, so frightful that she cannot forget it. She could not forget the dreams. And she continued to think about those dreams. Instantly after lying down at night, she was seized with a horrible, sickening anxiety all over the body, but most at the heart and through the chest, exclaiming, "I shall die, I shall die." So the dreams are so horrible that it's difficult to fall asleep. It is difficult to fall asleep for her. When she's trying to lie down, she again starts getting those thoughts that again those dreams will come up. And again she will, and then she develops this horrible anxiety, which is mostly felt at the region of her heart. Another reason why she experiences this anxiety is the suffocation. When she tries to lie down, there is a lot of suffocation and choking. And then she feels that she will die. This is very important if you have to remember Sencris. So horrible, sickening anxiety that she will die. What are the rubrics for this that we see in synthesis repertory? Is mind, death, presentiment of. Mind, death, presentiment of sudden death. And mind, death, sensation of. So she feels that she will die suddenly. All the time she is occupied with this thought that she will die. Then, apart from this, the other aspects of their nature is that they are very nervous and restless, not able to rest in bed, must walk the floor to ease mind. So, very nervous and restless. In the restlessness, you can compare with arsenic album. And they are not able to rest in bed, must constantly walk the floor to ease the restlessness of mind. Irritable, angry when disturbed. This we had seen when we saw the nature of Senkris, that they have a marked aversion to being disturbed and interrupted. If they are disturbed, they get very angry. They feel hard and uncharitable. Hard, emotionally hard. Okay, they are very hard emotionally and uncharitable, meaning if there is anyone who does any harm to them or offends them, they will not be able to forgive that person. They will not be able to forget about that, and they will think of taking some revenge. They are vindictive. Apart from that, selfish, envious, jealous, especially quarrel after they are jealous. So whenever they are jealous, say jealous of the sibling or a woman, if she is jealous of other women, she may feel that her man may get involved with other women and she's jealous of other women, then they start quarreling. This is the expression that is seen. When they're jealous, they start quarreling. Mind quarrelsome, jealousy from is the rubric that is seen here. Easily slighted means easily offended by smallest of remarks. Mind suspicious. Senkris is 3 marks in suspicious. They are very, very suspicious by nature, just like Lachesis. Tomorrow we will see what are the differences between Lachesis and Senkris, because even Senkris appears very similar to Lachesis. Afternoon and evening, thinks her family plotting to place her in an insane asylum. So they are very suspicious of everybody, and she feels that her family is conspiring against her and they will put her in a mental asylum. So the rubric that we see here is mind, delusions, asylum, she will be sent to. Only 2 remedies are there here, Senkris and Lachesis. So there is a fear of being sent to mental asylum. Now this is the theme of chastity that I picked up from Dr. Farrukh Master's book, that is Snakes in Homeopathic Grass. So we will just try to understand what this chastity means. So according to him, the central theme in the mind revolves around threat to one's own chastity. Now, what is chastity? Chastity is basically a form of purity, where there is an abstinence to sexual intercourse, abstinence to sex, okay? Unlawful sexual intercourse or all sexual intercourse. So where can you see such a situation? You can see such a situation in, for example, priests or nuns who have taken a vow that they will remain chaste all their life. That is, they will not indulge into sexual intercourse. For them, that is chastity, that is purity. If they do not indulge in sexual intercourse, they will be considered pure. Okay, so that is the theme here. So here, if you have to, please mute yourself, whoever has unmuted. So if you have to see here in an Indian scenario, I'll give you an example how you can see this. So basically, just imagine there is a widow. There is a lady who was newly married, a very, very young lady, say 22 years, etc. A very young lady, newly got married, and she lost her husband due to some accident or etc. any disease. She suddenly loses her husband and she becomes a widow. So being a widow in Indian situation, it's considered that they should abstain from sexual intercourse or any other lawful intercourse. So imagine she is in a family where certain relatives are always trying to, since she's very young, trying to seduce her, or they want to have a sexual intercourse with her. So this is a constant threat to her chastity. She's always scared that what if somebody molests her or rapes her, she will lose her purity, she will lose her chastity. So that is, in an Indian scenario, that is what you can, I mean, you can think of Senkris in such a situation, or also in any other situation where she considers having sex as a threat to her purity. So the dreams that you see here are dreams pursued, being man by to violate her. She feels that a man will follow her, pursue her, molest her, will violate her, and this will result in violation of her chastity, her purity. So this comes up through dreams of rape. So she's so scared that she will lose her purity, that she gets dreams of rape or dreams of threats of rape, because rape is an unlawful intercourse, and that will break her purity, because being a nun or a widow or a priest, she has taken a vow of purity to not engage in any sexual intercourse. So this is basically the theme that is given by Dr. Farrukh Master in his book. So there are constant threat from the surroundings, which makes the person extremely suspicious about the people who are around her. For example, consider a small child who is bullied by the other classmates, who constantly mock at the child, who constantly make fun of, or who constantly trouble the child, or play pranks for the child. So that is a kind of threat to the child. Or a child in a scenario where the mother is extremely dominating, abusive, hits the child, or father is an alcoholic who hits the child after consuming alcohol. So that is basically a threat, a constant threat from the surroundings, which makes the person extremely suspicious about the people who are around her. The rubrics that you see here are delusions. People behind him, someone is. Delusions, people beside him, people are. Delusions, persecuted, that he is. So he feels there is someone behind him, or there is someone persecuting him, someone troubling him, someone harassing him, attacking him, or harming him. Because we know attack, threat is one of the main themes of snake remedies. Then there is a sadness which comes up, a melancholy. Melancholy is basically a profound sadness and despair. Despair that she will not get better, or despair that she will not be able to come out of this situation. That is the despair. That leads to sadness and melancholy. Foreboding, gloomy, without a cause. Wants to be alone. She wants to be alone at this time when she is sad, depressed, and melancholic. So you can think of Senkris as a remedy also in cases of depression. Crying and frequent sighing as if very sad. So just see, this is what sighing is. I'll just replay it. A long breath of, a long exhalation. An expression seen in sadness. When the person is very, very sad, you will see this kind of expression of sighing. There is crying and a frequent sighing. She is very sad. There is a lack of determination. Have to use all my reserve, mental force to make myself get up and go out. So there is a lack of determination in her, and she has to use so much of effort to make herself to get up and go out. We had seen when we studied about Senkris as a snake that they are lethargic and dull. So similar is the state here. She is lethargic. She is dull. She lacks the motivation. She lacks the determination. And it is difficult to arouse her. She has to exert a lot of effort. There is no inclination to attend her usual duties, which are pleasant. So here you see mind, duty, aversion to domestic. She is so lethargic, dull, so sad she will not be able to do her regular domestic duties. Procrastination. Again, another thing that comes up, procrastination. So dull, sad, lethargic, lack of motivation, she postpones things. Procrastination is postponing. So there is procrastination and an indecision. The time passes too slowly, seems to drag along. I am longing to go, yet I cannot tear myself out of my chair and move along. This is basically an expression of her lack of motivation and her lethargy and dullness, that she is not able to get out of her chair. She is, though she wants to, but she is not able to. She is so dull, she is so lethargic and so sad and depressed. Another thing that comes up is alteration of moods. Two kind of moods, opposite desires, great depression and gloomy foreboding, followed by great hilarity. So at one point, she will be very depressed and sad. Another point, she'll be very excited and happy. We'd also seen such kind of alteration of moods in Crotalus cascavella and also in Naja. So, Dr. Arun, should I stop here? Now only sensorium part is remained and then particulars are left. So should I stop here because only 2 minutes are left now?
Can you take this slide in 2 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Or you need extra time?
I can take this slide and the next one because they are a little bit similar. I mean together. So we'll.
Okay.
So now it also has a lot of effect on the sensorium.
Okay.
So effect on the sensorium, where we see a sensation of intoxication. Intoxication is basically when you do drugs, you take alcohol, the kind of state that comes up where you are disoriented, you are intoxicated, you are not into the reality, you do not know what is happening. There is there is heaviness of head, a dizzy feeling, giddiness. That is basically intoxication. So there is a sensation of intoxication, especially in the evening. In Sencris, like other snake remedies, you will find a lot of symptoms come up in the evening. A lot of symptoms come up in the night when they're sleeping or when they're lying down. Feeling as if I would fall. She feels that she will fall. Just imagine if you've seen a drunkard on the road who has consumed so much alcohol, he will not be able to walk in a straight line and he will fall down. So that is the kind of state. Unable to walk in a direct line, go from side to side of the pavement. They cannot walk in a direct line. They will go from one side to another side. Then there's vertigo, which comes up along with this, with no inclination to attend her usual duties. So the vertigo is so severe, the dizziness is so severe, the intoxication is so severe, the dullness is so severe that she is compelled to lie down all afternoon. She cannot attend to her usual duties. We had seen earlier, there is an aversion to domestic affairs, aversion to domestic duty. She is so dull, lethargic, intoxicated. There's so much of dizziness, heaviness in her head, giddiness, that she cannot compel herself to do her domestic work, and she just wants to lie down the whole afternoon. Okay, so this is basically, should I continue with the dreams or should I stop here?
I think we should stop here.
Okay. So
4 p.m.
Yeah.
We will continue from team.
Yeah. So tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
3 p.m.
We'll continue with the dreams. We'll continue with the particulars and a case.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So any question is there so far?
Regarding lachesis, one part I want to add to your presentation. Lachesis, this remedy centuries is also called as chili lachesis.
Yes, that's right.
And whenever in practice, if there is a patient came with the mark feature of lachesis, the totality of lachesis, and the thermal is toward chili or a chili, then you can think of this remedy.
Yes.
And also never, I heard from many stalwart and homeopath that never prescribe chili remedy to lachesis patient, and never prescribe lachesis to chili patient.
Right.
Then you can think of this is chili remedy from Opedia group. There is a one more remedy, I think, chili. Naja or something.
Naja.
That is also chili.
Yeah.
So only 2 remedy chili, and all other 16 remedy are hot remedy.
Yes. Yes, you are right.
This is a very easy remedy to perceive. Yeah, on the basis of thermal filter.
Yes. So tomorrow we will see that. We will see what are the symptoms, certain symptoms similar to lachesis, and what are the differences. We will see tomorrow, and we'll see a case also tomorrow, and particulars and dreams of Senkris at 3 o'clock. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Right now, any questions are there? I think everyone has understood. There are no questions because it's not that difficult to understand this.
Okay.
Okay, so should we end it here?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Thank you.